نعود للبرنامج ومع محاضرة الدكتور نادر نبيل بخاري كيفية كتابة سيرة ذاتية مثالية. الدكتور نادر من خريجي الكلية وقبل في تخصص emergency هذه السنة. بيكون معكم تقريبا 30 دقيقة، وبعدها محاضرة الدكتور عمار الصايغ كيف تخطط سنة امتياز ناجحة 30 دقيقة، ثم نصلي وننادي الدكتور أحمد تسألونا زي ما تبون عن موضوع المتطلبات. نعطيك المايك دكتور نادر.
It's okay in English وكذا عادي whatever. الله يسعدك. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أخوكم نادر بخاري. اليوم we're going to talk about actually a very important issue for you guys for your future, which is how to write an ideal CV. And first of all, I would like to start with that the definition of a CV. Have you guys heard of the word or let's say the two abbreviations CV? Anybody? Sorry? Raise your voice, please. Yeah. So it's short for a curriculum vitae, all right? And another name for it is called resume. So you can, in the American language, they say resume. In the English school, they say curriculum vitae, all right? So can anyone see a word that is related to CV here in the picture? It's market yourself. Yes. Sorry? Good. Unique. What else? Attractive. Excellent. So basically this is a CV, all right? It's a way of marketing yourself to your employers or to your institution in order to give something attractive to yourself and become more structured and unique. Show me how you are unique. Okay, basically this is CV. It's not scary. It's very easy to write a CV. So you guys don't have to worry too much about it. Just think, plan before you write it, and give the best way of your impression. I'm going to go through many things on how to write a good CV. There is now such a thing called ideal CV, because what might be ideal for you, it might not be ideal for others. Okay, so you might want to ask me, what is the good way of writing a CV, or what is the successful CV? What is a successful CV? And we're going to go through that. So a good CV should be targeted to your specified specialization, especially we are in the medical field. It needs to be clearly laid out in the way you put it and you write it and you look at it. Always look at it when you finish it, you know, and see, is it good for your eyes or not? And it should be informative and concise. Also, it must be accurate in terms of the facts, spelling, and the grammar. This is a very important issue. Most of us, we do not care about the grammar and spellings when we write something about ourselves, because some people say, well, I don't like to talk about myself a lot. They might be shy, okay? So you really need to focus on your spellings, and when you write the facts, remember, do not lie, okay? Now, this is a survey was done before when they did it through employers, and they asked those employers, what do you guys look on the CV of the employee when they come to you? What do you guys look at? They found that 45% they look on the previous related work, and 35% for the qualification, and mostly you can see 25% they will look, is it easy to read or not? So it's important to keep your CV written easy to read and not so hard. And as you can see, 14 and 16% for the spelling and grammar, and also the compliments. But the less things that they focused here on your skills, so computer skills, let's say, and so whatever you write in your skills, you're not going to impress me. What you're going to impress me is what is your work experience, what is your qualifications, like education, what are your degrees. This is what's going to impress me. Is it easy to read or not? Your grammars and spelling is correct. This is how you're going to impress me when I read your CV. So when I tell you, when you want to write your CV, which one of these you're going to put first? Which one of these you're going to talk about? Good. So you want to talk about experience and your qualifications. Leave the skills behind. I don't want to see your skills. I don't care about your skills so much. I want to see your qualifications. What are your degrees? I want to see your experience in work. How well your experience, and especially we are in the medical field. You want to show how many degrees you have, where did you graduate from, which university, and so forth, okay? So let's start by general rules on how to write your CV. There are certain rules that is accepted universally. Don't go out from it. Always follow it. And it's accepted everywhere, whether you write your CV for UK, whether you write your CV for in the United States, for Canada, here in Saudi Arabia, in Egypt, whatever. Always go by these rules. Do not do something from your imagination, okay? So you gotta be consistent in terms of your organization. So you wanna put fonts, use your fonts that either Arial or Time New Roman. Use one font only, don't keep changing. Use the sizes. The sizes, it represents yourself. So 18, let's say for your name on the top, I'm gonna show you how, and 14 for the headings, and 12 for text. You might use lesser than these sizes later on. Why? Because you want to keep your CV not longer than 2 pages. All right? Some of the institutes, they require you to put your CV in 1 page only. I'll show you later on, I'll talk about how to do it. Also, be careful, please, when you put the bolds, the italic, and put the underline, put them where you specify. If you want to highlight on something, put an underline. If you want to put something in bold, know where to put it. Also, when you use your punctuation and capitalization, all right? Very important, because these are attractive to the words, attractive to me as a reader, okay? Remember, always check your grammar and spelling, and I'm saying this for the 3rd time, because this, your CV, it represents how you write, it represents yourself, it represents how accurate you are, it represents how much you care about yourself. So if you keep writing things that doesn't match grammatically or lots of spelling errors, it shows me that this person is careless, or he doesn't know what to write, and he does not represent himself. And this is very important, because in one look from me as you, when you come to the hospital and you apply to the hospitals and for the interviews, I'm just going to have one look. How is it all organized or not? And then I start looking at you and ask you questions about your CV. Okay? You can also use header and footers, very important, because sometimes you might lose the pages. Lots when you apply to many places, they might lose the page, so we want to put like number 1, page number 2. Not more than 2 pages, please. Some say not more than 1 page. So you really need to be careful. This is very important, all right? Now, what does my CV contains of? It contains of facts, that is truth, that is rememberable for you, and it's truthful, and that you can talk about, and you can elaborate, okay? It's your plan that you've been going through your life, through your educational life mainly, and through your work experience. Not through your life when you become a child, how you were raised or such a thing, no. It's a plan for yourself that you've been through the period of having a university education, whatever diploma degree or whatever. Give me a brief picture for yourself, all right? So what are you gonna have? And always put the truth, facts. Do not fabricate, because you are not going to impress me when you fabricate things. So put your personal details. I'm gonna show you there is no correct way. There's always the way you want to do it, do it. You will go to the internet, you will find many templates, many people, they're showing themselves the best way they want. You choose your own and follow it. So put your personal details as a first. Secondly, I would put my education and qualification. Second, I would like to put my experience, because this is the way I want the person in front of me to see first. See the experience, see the research, to look at the voluntaries' work, to look at the achievements, interest, lastly skills, and lastly references. References, this is something called either people who you know and they talk about you very well and you worked with them before and you would like to mention them, or you can substitute this by something called letters of recommendations. Okay, so either you can mention one name. I worked with Dr. whatsoever. This is his email, If you have any question about my work, ask him. Or you can substitute this, so it's optional, okay? But these are the content that you must talk about. You can miss, like say, for example, say, I don't have a voluntary work. Okay, fine, don't put it. Don't put a section of voluntary work. Don't fabricate things, all right? Because you'll be asked in it in the interview, all right? So I found this very good way in order to show your details. Say, so you put your name, full name, you put your degrees, and then you put your address. Now we don't have PO box or whatever. Then you better to put your phone number and email at the same time. Then down there, just below it, you can add your place and date of birth, also gender and marital status, and also the language. Now you can put this in a table if you want, okay? Always, to shorten your pages, use tables. Whenever you feel like your information is scattered all around the pages, organize them in tables. Pick it up, put them in tables, and there you go. You tighten the tables, tighten your, put small size of the fonts or whatever, which is readable, okay? And then you will end up with a good number of pages. You will end up with a good number of written things. You do not have, again, to write everything. Say, for example, you're experienced in many things. Just write what is important to you and write what is more related to the specialization you want to apply for, okay? This is a general rule in everything. So let's say in your education and qualification, this is all one. I added voluntary work as well with it. You can put it down there as well. So your education, basically always start with your recent degrees. Recent degrees, okay? And always write down the period, and then you wanna, so let's say, for example, from June 2009 to June 2016. I graduated, or graduation of MBBS, medical degree. So you see what I mean? This is the way you put it, you organize it. So you put the you put the name of the university, and then the city, and also you need to add the country, okay? You give a clear information. So that's the example down there, all right? And then for your volunteer work, you can write it as whatever you want. Again, you have to apply the time, the date, where you did your volunteer work, okay? And what was your role? Collector, data collector, you were in mall, working in mall, or whatever, okay? You were educational, voluntary work, what kind of work, all right? And also be short and to the point. So one line each, like this, an example. Okay, for experience, well, you will say, how can I don't have any experience, or how can I divide my experience in life? You can divide it and put it in like clinical experience. What was your, in the hospital when you were studying, what did you do? Who you experienced what? Have you done central lines? Have you done intubations? Like in teaching experience, have you taught the students? Have you, you were selected for training the students or explaining a subject in neurology, for example, for others? Put it. Research experience. Have you worked in any research institute, whether you were a student or not? Put it down, write it down. International experience. Have you traveled somewhere and you did a voluntary work for Somalia, or you give people some food or whatever, all right? Write it down. Voluntary experience, the same thing. Volunteer in Hajj, in whatever, in Umrah, in whatever. Just, you can, this is how your experience divided. I don't want your life in general, but just put it down in this way. And draw a picture and write it down in one line or less than one line, okay? Now, again, you need to use certain words. Do not use word like, I had to carry out, or I had to do a survey, or I had to. Don't use I. This is when you write down your experience, you want to talk about yourself. Use like passive words, like devised, prepared, interviewed, you know, 70 elderly, obtained. Don't use I obtained, blah, blah, blah. I interviewed, no. Just put the passive word, write it down, okay? In terms of your achievements, say for example, what did you achieve in life? I had a prize. put it down. A prize achievement, one, a prize in medical college as the first student among the class. Okay? And always write in between brackets certificates upon request if you need it. So the interviewer in front of you, he will say, okay, can you bring this evidence for you? I want to make sure. For your research work, when you write down your research, write down your recent and the most published, the one that's published. Then you go with the not published ones. So you write with the most recent, write down the title, write down where is it done, which university, okay? And write down your role, what was your role in it, write down the date, and write down whether it's published, where is it published. If it's published in journal, write down the name of the journal, okay? All in one line or two lines, all right? And don't write all your researches. Write down what's relevant to your specialization, or if you have two research, it's good. So two lines, you're not gonna take a lot of pages. Okay, some people, they have 10 researches. Some students, they graduated, mashallah, with 10 research. Don't write it all down, no. Write down what is the most what's published for you. Write down what is the most relevant to your specialization, and only 2 or 3, and that's it. I'm not going to be impressed when you do 10 research in front of me. Oh, you say, when I ask you in the interview, have you done so many more than this? Yeah, then you can say yes. Okay? So always be concise in every information you put. Also, it's good always to put a hyperlink. Put a hyperlink or a link for where is it published. So I can immediately access it from the PDF and bang. It shows to me that this is you, this is your research, finally, that's good. Now I make sure I'm happy. I don't have to ask you for the interview. This is all because of the interview. At the end of your CV is I'm gonna take the CV, the papers, and ask you about what you did, okay? When you write your interest, it's good to write about your interest. Usually non-medical interest. Sports, movies, reading books, or whatever. But please, don't put like, I like socializing with my friends. Yes, it's interest, but this is old. Everybody will put it. Put something that you are unique. I like to, even if you, like, say for example, when you travel, you like traveling, okay? Your interest is traveling. Write down where you travel. Last time I traveled, say for example, last time traveled to United States, and I was having a great deal of voluntary work. Give an explanation for the travel, not just traveling, watching movie, reading books. When you say, oh, reading books, my interests 3, reading books. I've participated in King Fahd cultural contest for reading books. You see what I mean? Not just write your interest and that's it and leave it for me to, you know, imagine everything. No, write what is make you unique among the others, right? This is how you want to write your interest, say for example. So if you like cinemas, movies, what are you, a member of the filmmaking society? Traveling, you see, you traveled to Europe. But again, you'll say, well, this is too much information. Yes, I agree with you. You can always summarize it. It's a lot to write. Just write one line. Whatever you can summarize, summarize. See, reading, helped younger people with reading difficulties at school. This is, I understand that you're interested in reading, not just reading, I've read 3 books in medical emergency ER or whatever, no. That's not gonna impress me. You know what I'm saying? You got the point now. Your skills. I always want to see computer skills, communication skills, how you deal with time, your leadership. This is very important to put now it's good time to put your leadership skills. Think of any leadership skills, communication skills, management skills, any leadership. You've been in a leadership, say for example, you were a captain of a soccer team, put it down in this area here. Put it down. I was a captain in a soccer team, and we had 3 prizes or 3 championships in the university. Okay. Communication skills. I know how to talk with most of the governmental places. How to approach, not to talk, how to approach the governmental places and to get some information from them easily. Computer skills, comfortable with Excel, comfortable with Microsoft PowerPoint, comfortable with Word, comfortable with typing. They want to see that. Are you good with typing or not? How fast you can type? It's very important. Languages, of course, most of us either English or Arabic, right? Some of them, they have other languages. But don't just, fabricate things. Oh, I know how to speak Spanish, I know how to, just because you know some few words, or that's not going to help you a lot. And I'm not going to look for it. But I just want to see here, like, okay, you have some cultural background, you have some way of thinking, okay? Now the references, as I told you before, it's something you worked with. You can put his name and he will, that you rely on. That if I come and talk or call him, he will tell me, oh, this person is a great man, all right? Again, this can be substituted by recommendation letters. And I told you, this recommendation letters, usually it's taken from the program directors, or it's just a small letter that says that this person, Flan Nadir Bukhari, has worked with me, and I recommend this person to work with you and others. So the take-home messages, please. Your CV is the way of your marketing yourself, so take care of it. Don't be scared from writing your own CV, and write it your own. Don't let anyone else write it for you. It is better to follow these aspects, the one I talked about, whatever it suits you. Not necessarily for some people, they don't have only one qualification. Put it down and that's it. Some people, they have 3, 4 qualifications. Write it down. You don't have to be like him, okay? Be concise and informative, all right? And always, always revise your CV before submitting it in. Because when you finish from the specialization, the nomination and all that stuff, again, you're going to apply to the hospitals and they will ask for an updated CV. So what you've written before, you're going to change it in order to serve you, okay? Thank you very much. If you guys have any questions, you can ask me now or you can send an email. I'm happy to do that. يعطيكم العافية جميع والله يوفقكم يا رب. كم هنا سنة خامس؟ ما شاء الله. So you will benefit inshallah. Work on your electives properly. Plan your CV in a paper from now. Okay. It won't help you. Your CV will not help you a lot in the nominations. It will help you in the interviews. So which is the last bit of your process. It will give you more strength. It will help you also for those who wants to apply abroad. For those who wants to apply abroad for a scholarship, it will help them a lot to write it ideally, or let's say most proper or efficient way. But here, no. You write it down, they will look on it, they just say, oh, your name, that's in the first stage from the nomination في الهيئة. بعدين لما تخلصوا من النومينيشنز خلاص كل واحد يقول والله خلاص طلع انه راح ER راح بلاستيك راح whatever، حيجوا يطلبوا منهم المستشفيات يطلبوا منهم updated CV. خلاص انت فين ترشحت تخصصك بلاستيك، تكتب السي في حقك تختار منه الاشياء اللي فيها بلاستيك خاصه بالبلاستيك، المؤتمرات اللي فيها بلاستيك تحطها، الابحاث كذا، تمام؟ خلوه سوتبل. عشان كذا فيه خيارات اول، في خيار ثاني، في خيار ثالث. فيكون واحد مثلا حاط الخيار الاول بلاستيك وهو كاتب كل السي في حقه عن البلاستيك، ما انقبل في البلاستيك، انقبل في الخيار الثاني، يطلبون منه ابديتد سي في، خلاص يروح يغيروا على الاشياء اللي سواها في ايش؟ في الامرجنسي، تمام؟ ايش المؤتمرات اللي حضرها في الامرجنسي. عشان كذا انتوا لازم في البدايه في السنه هذه الحين تحددوا بلان اي وبلان بي، لانه ليس بالضروره انك انت خلاص يعني تكون على شفا حفره من العلامه للقبول في التخصص الاول، وقد تكون جايب العلامه وما تقبل لانه في تنافس شديد. فلازم يكون عندك بلان اي بلان بي، خططوا لها كويس، حطوها في السي في، هو الريبريزنت حقك انت، حق شخصيتك، حق تفكيرك، حق عملك. جزاكم الله خير.
النقاط اللي ذكرت سابقا تنطبق على السي في المقدم للهيئة، لكن برأيك ما هي أكثر نقطة ممكن تكون تجعل السي في تبعك مميز مقارنة بالآخرين؟
على نفس المستوى من الشهادات. في ناس حيكونوا جايين مثلا عندهم شهادات سابقة، ماسترز ديجري، عندهم كذا حاجة، هذا حيتميز فيها لما يحطها في البداية، فتختلف فيه من شخص لشخص. بس the more you work, the more you present in your life، تتعب في حياتك، the more you can present in your CV. هذه ميزة السي في، انك انت تقدر تبين لي انك انت والله انسان حضرت المؤتمرات. طبعا ما حتحط كل المؤتمرات، ما راح تحط كل الاشياء اللي انت شاركت فيها، حتحط الاشياء اللي هي مهمه لك واثرت فيك ومناسبه للسبيشاليزيشن اللي انت تبغاه. هذا اللي انت تبين لي هي، لانه في الاخير زي ما قلت لك الانترفيو حيجلس جنب قدامك وحيشوف وحيقرا انت ايش سويت هذه، ايوه انا سويت هذه، طيب قل لي حكيني ايش سويت فيها، كذا 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 بس. مال واي فاي. نعم. الان على ايام كان كم في كان عليه ما كان عليه داتا، كان قالوا عليه كواليفيكيشن، لكن تقديم على السبونسر هو يكتب على السي في. السي في اذا ما يعرفوه يرجعوا السي في، اذا هم يعرفوه اشتغلت معهم احسن من زي ما كنا في المستوى يوم الصباح.
راح حظك في القبول يعني عندهم أكثر من شخص ما يعرفونه، لأنه عادة يبغوا ياخذوا واحد سواء هنا ولا برا، يبغوا ياخذ واحد سيف وهي از جود كوميونيكيتور. في بعض الأحيان ياخذوا بعض يعني الناس ما يعرفوهم ويتوهقوا فيهم، لكن واحد يشتغل معهم في سمر تريننج أكثر من مرة عارفينه وعارف نظام المستشفى وكل شيء فياخذوه. أما يجيني واحد ما أعرفه فأعتمد على السي في، إذا كان السي في حقه كويس باخذه، إذا كان السي في مو كويس ما حاخذه. فالسي في هو ما حيطالعوا فيك قبل ما تدخل اصلا، قبل ما تدخل اي انترفيو هم يشوفوا يقروا السي في فياخذوا عنك انطباع. فهذا الفيرست امبريشن، يوجوال الفيرست امبريشن از لاست امبريشن. اذا كان السي في حقك مرتب وشكلك جميل وحاط فيه بوينتس كويسه راح يكون سهل عليهم انهم يقبلونك. لكن اذا كان السي في حقك محيوس وخطوط غريبه وما تدري وين يبتدي وين ينتهي، بيكون في يعني صعب عليهم انهم يبلعوا الشخص. الريسيرش مهم خلاص. كثير من السبونسرز ما يهتموا بالجي بي اي بحد كبير، يهتموا بالاشياء هذه، انه از هي تيم بلاير، هل عنده ريسيرش، يشوفوا بعدين كيف ترتيبه في الهيئه تقبل على حسب الكرايتيريا حقتهم، لكن السبونسر شيب ما لها دخل في تنظيم الهيئه. بعض التخصصات يطالعوا على السيميليه، يطالعوا على الجي بي اي زي الديرما اول ما يشوفوا الجي بي اي، يشوفوا الجي بي اي حقك فوق 4.5 ولا ما هو فوق 4.5، تحت 4.5 طبعا هذا ايامنا احنا، يمكن الحين صار اسوء الوضع كمان، يمكن 4.8 و 4.9 الحين. فيشوفوا الجي بي اي كويس، اوكي هذا نفكر نقبله، بعدين يروح يشوف السيميلي، بعدين يشوف السي في. بعض التخصصات ما يفكروا اصلا بالريسيرش، يفكروا باشياء ثانيه. فلازم تعرف التخصص حقك وكيفيه اليات القبول في سبونسرشيب. واحده منها انه how to write an excellent CV، لانه to represent you سواء داخل ولا خارج المملكه. خارج المملكه ما يعرفوك اساسا. وعاده في الريفرنس تراي انك تحط ريفرنس يعني مثلا انت مقدم على الحرس واشتغلت مثلا في حرس، مثلا لا تسي انك اشتغلت ميديسن وانت بتقدم بيدياتريك، حط الريفرنس حقين الميديسن في الحرس، خلاص، او في نفس التخصص. لاني مثلا انا مثلا لا تسي انه احنا عندنا بروجرام في الجامعه هنا وانا اورثوبيديك، خلاص، وانت اشتغلت مثلا في الشميسي اورثوبيديك، خلاص، بس ما اشتغلت عندنا اورثوبيديك اساسا، يعني اللي خارج المستشفى من خارج الكليه. بروح اكلم حق الشميسي، عندكم فلان فلان يشتغل معكم، تعرفونه ولا لا؟ في زملائنا يكلمونا احنا على الاورثوبيديك انه تعرف فلان فلان طالب من طلابكم، تعرفه ولا لا؟ اذا قلت اعرفه والنعم فيه بيقول اوكي، واحنا نقول والله ما اعرفه ولا يشتغل معنا ولا عنده اي، ولا ما نعرف عنه ولا شيء. فهذا اللي انه الكوميونيكيشن مهم، انه يصير عندك جود نتورك مع نفس التخصص، هذا شيء مهم.